Good Monday. It is just barely Monday afternoon. Uh so time change. Ooh, I thought I was getting around early, and I forgot to set forward the kitchen clock. So still doing fine for my usual Monday. So hope everybody had a great weekend. Uh, yeah, it was good. Liking the weather. My sinuses not so much. I think the allergies the next couple weeks are starting to kick in. But yeah, it's good, all good. So once again, multiple random thoughts this morning walking the dogs. Um, Watched an interesting video on, on scale. This is for miniature games. And he was talking about the different scales and everything. And of course, primary right now, most games are 28 millimeter plus or minus, probably more plus than minus. And it's talking about mixing um, different sizes. And I've learned, especially now that I've started printing, 3D printing, uh, everybody's 28 millimeter is not 28 millimeters all over the place. And it's interesting, but I have to agree with what he kind of posted that, not we're all not the same size. And the classic was he had a picture back when Arnold Schwarzenegger was, I guess they're filming Conan with Wilt Chamberlain and Andre the Giant. And Arnold's not a small guy, but he looked tiny compared to Andre and Wilt Chamberlain. And basically was saying mixing sizes is okay. He's happy with it. And I'm the same way. Especially once you get them on the table, once you start playing, not a big deal. And actually, sometimes I like the randomness, the different sizes. It adds character to your your unit, your group of miniatures, or whatever. So uh, that was thinking about that because looking at, and I'm doing some 10 millimeter stuff, and it's gotten to where it varies too. I know Warlords Epic stuff, uh, uh, whatever they call it, it's 12 to 13, and then of course you have a lot of 15 millimeters, and I think size the smaller it is, the bigger the more noticeable the difference in size. But even then, because usually you're going to have multiple figures, units of guys. As long as you're pretty much being consistent with your units, uh, I don't think that's that big a deal. So that was one random thought. Another, I'm working, got a couple games of 1490 Doom in, and working on a couple boards. And it's interesting. One of the unique things about it, you can play any size table, and that goes back to any game, but it is designed for a 2 foot round table. And my first initial thought was 2 foot round. That's cool, But now that I've tried to put terrain in 2 foot round, oh, uh, some guys have made some very impressive tables out there, but it's actually more of a challenge than what I thought because with it being 2 inch round, you start putting stuff to the outside, you really have big stuff. It's that whole circle issue. And, um, but yeah, I'm going to work on some training this afternoon. I've got a, uh, rune lighthouse, and it's Hexen Guard. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, their stuff, it's interesting. It's medieval with a fantasy twist. We were talking about we could really use it for multiple games. You could use it for Trench Crusades. You could use it for Moonstone. Uh, these buildings I'm printing right now, including a couple ships, designed it for, well, meant for 1490 Dune. So once again, I think it's going to be useful to use in the shop. So, but running the issue of, I want some big cool. It was 1490 Dune. You play vertically, basically it's a race to the top. It's going to be interesting how to fit stuff in to a 2 feet round. I think it's real cool. And we were talking about some other things, doing some samurai stuff with it, with the samurai castle. And I even talked about if we moved it up to 4 players, having a little bigger board, maybe more objectives. We'll definitely have to give that a try in the near future. But the game itself, good. I played now 2 full games. I like it. It's fast. It's furious. It can be deadly. One of the unique, well, not necessarily unique, but it definitely plays vertical. And one of your actions is you can push someone off the edge. That can be very deadly if you're very high. I found out. I thought I was being smart. First one up to the very top of the castle, and Todd just ran up there, and his priest dude can throw someone 2 inches and just throw it. There's no, I don't get to save or anything for it. Yeah, and he threw me, what was it 3, 6, 9 inches? Yeah, I went splat. So much for getting being the first one to the top. So, but it's got definitely some good mechanics. It's very simple. I mentioned talking about to other people. It really kind of reminds me of Moonstone. There's no points. You just take your guys. They call it a company. You only get 3 in this case. But it makes it play very fast and furious. But the combination of who you bring and what you do with it is definitely a big part of the game. And there's enough there that it's not super simple, but not. I think I made the comment. Some of the 40K players might twitch a little bit if you start to play it, because they keep everything simple, very simple. And I'm not saying 40K isn't simple, but you go back to the rules. The rules of 1490, the actual rules are less a few pages. And of course, with 40K, you've got the big rule book. Then everybody's got a codex and all their stats and blah 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 blah. This I've made cards for. I don't have them here. Cards for each character. Each character's got 2 to 3 keywords. Then all the stats are the same. And like I said, definitely now I've played a couple times, kind of understand where they're going with the rules. What are they trying to accomplish? It is definitely simple mechanics. Me and Todd, the first time we played, I think we overthought the rules a little bit. Went back and read them, and definitely tends to keep stuff simple, fast. You could actually play a campaign, I think, in an afternoon, easy. Because even our second game with 3 people, I mean, and interruptions and talking and all that bunch of stuff, it was less than an hour. And that was, Ike was with us, and still looking up a few rules and stuff. I think by you get 6 games in, you're not going to have to look at the rules at all. It's going to be that simple. But once again, there's enough meat there. It's not a beer and pretzels game. Okay, maybe it is. It's that, I think, that fine, pushing that fine line. Is it not? Yeah, I think it has to be just because there's the rules aren't overly complicated. I mean, you got what, five, six stats and a couple keywords, but there is definitely more there. And I think the more we play, each character is unique. They got dozen characters, so I think there's going to be more meat to that once you start um, getting into the game. Easily expandable. They've already got a couple expansions out there. I looked at the first one, great for solo play, very nice AI system, or once again for a couple people to play cooperative. I think that'd be really good. And once again, I think you could sit down and play through the campaign all in one day. Right now, my goal, Taylor is painting the miniatures for me. I've got, I was miniatures. There's a lot going on with the miniatures. Multiple pieces for all the miniatures, and some of them are pretty small. In the process of printing and get them to Taylor, I lost a couple of pieces, so I had to go back and print a couple. Um, and a lot of it not was me just not realizing. I just threw a bunch of pieces on the printer plate. I may not even printed some of them. Because with 12 I can easily fit all the miniatures pretty much on the plate, but like some of them have multiple weapons and left and right arms, a shield, so you get into that issue. White was printed for white, so went back and printed some more pieces, found some alternate sculpts, got those should be printed last night. So Taylor's got a bunch of miniatures headed his way, but then like I said, working on the buildings. I definitely want to be running this at future conventions. I think I could run four people, if not six people, pretty easy. Run two tables at once. Once again, I could fit two games on a 4x6 table, really easy. Um, Todd was comparing it kind of to Blackout once again. A very fast play, not overly complicated. All your stats are on your card, so I would say yeah, it's very comparable to Blackout. Just think medieval, um, and pushing people off the buildings. So good stuff there. Definitely more to follow on that. We might even get bold and film a playthrough or something. But yeah, Ike has got some thoughts. He said he liked it last night, so definitely more down the road on that. What do we got? Adepticon coming up really fast. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. The second year, it's going to be in Milwaukee. Yeah, it's yeah, it is. I'm mentioning this 1,000 times. I'll mention it again. If you're a miniature gamer, that is the right now the convention to go to. So yeah, I've got. We'll be lining up some meetings with some folks. I get the 1490 Doom guys are going to be there. I definitely want to talk to them for a little bit. Other people, once again, it's the classic convention. People you see once or twice a year can be there. And of course, I always know I'll get find new stuff. Uh, so it's going to be good stuff. But yeah, it's coming up pretty fast. And I think what after that we got Recon going up to Richmond for Richmond Open. So yeah, still continue busy with the conventions. As far as the store, Battletech, 40K, Age of Sigmar, Magic doing well. We're having our release. I need to post something on that. We're having our release for Star Wars Unlimited, I believe Wednesday night. Got the new set going. What else we got? Flesh and Blood on Tuesday nights. Mentioned Magic, still packing it out on Thursday nights for Commander and our draft on Thursdays. Have Reorder of Villainy Inc. coming. Also, Monument. Definitely, it's going to be like a 2 week um, order cycle on the Monument paint right now. They just released notification that they're going to have their contrast paints pretty much after once again Adepticon. So with that, I think coming out and their weather and pigments, which are sold out of already, I definitely think that's going to be every 2 week order with them. Um, what else? What else? God, speaking of BattleTech, I should have a bunch of BattleTechs. Their unit boxes coming in Wednesday. I need to look the tracking number up on that, but continue to do well with BattleTech. I've been wandering around in my basement, and once again, when I go to convention, it's always you see old games play, you talk about stuff, looking at new games. Anyway, I got on to looking at Silent Death. Went back in my San Antonio days. I found my miniatures. I found a couple of my books. I had all the books, but I still need to find some stuff. I found a file I can print the flight stands up because I can't find them. But I think that's something I want to get out there on the table in the near future is some Silent Death, great little spaceship game. Definitely in the genre mechanics, if you will, of BattleTech. Not quite as crunchy. You just got a damage track, but as you do damage, bad stuff happens to the person's ship. So I think it's a great little spaceship game. So probably more on that down the road in the future. Trying to think, looking around. We're gonna do some more moving in the store probably Wednesday. Probably tomorrow start setting up for it. But once again, just trying to add a little more space, both playing and retail, and continue to grow and try to use our space to the what we have most efficiently. I think we still got room to add stuff, so definitely look on how to do that smartly. So that's probably the next couple days. We got the new Heat Rocky Road. That sounds like ice cream. Um, in and a they have a tournament support kit and working with Corey. He's been gone for a week, but getting a bunch of heat on the table the next couple weeks. Oh, what else? Looking at new games, I've spent probably more than an hour looking at a couple new things that we'll talk more about down the road. Things coming out later on the year. And once again, with Adepticon, that's when a lot of people making announcements and you start to see timelines and stuff. So definitely more on new stuff probably after Adepticon. Pushing 20 minutes here already. So I think I'm going to run. And actually, I got a couple emails to send out, but definitely want to try to get some more painting today done. I still got my Kings of War minis. Working on them slowly, trying to get a little paint on them every day. That's not happening, but that's my goal. So, what else? That's about it. So, I think I'm going to run and go get some stuff done and get some painting done. So, you guys have a good week, and we'll see you next time.